Hello my dear learners. Today in this video we are going to discuss about the video and the emerging trends. By now in education and communicational technologies you must have seen the other videos on audio, then television and other information technologies. With the use of information and technologies in learning, you can enhance the learning of yours in a better way. And in this video, totally we will discuss about the video and the emerging trends and the relevance of video in today's context. With this, we can say that in a half an hour video, we can learn and unlearn many things. To be precise, the learning outcomes in this video will be to describe the historical development of using video in education, then to describe the advantages and disadvantages of television and broadcast and video cassettes in education, then discuss the different applications of video media in distance and open education, then to examine the use of webcasting and other tools in the open and distance learning system. With these outcomes, to be brief enough to recapitulate what you have already studied about the use of television in education. The historical perspective you must have discussed in the previous videos. The television, the way it has emerged as a technology world over, has remarkable contributions in the field of education. Even in India also we have witnessed this. In socio-economic development and in the field of education, including the government agencies, various universities, all the private institutions, and nowadays each and every teacher express their interest to include videos in their teaching learning process. Then earlier it was the extension of classroom. We can say that the video, the way it has used initially was to give an extension to the classroom activity, because in a classroom maybe limited number of students may be addressed or may be allowed to sit and learn, but through the television and through the broadcast we can teach many at a point of time. And to be precise, the exploitation of potentials of television is also important. Similarly, we can say that to strengthen this argument, the Gyan Darshan channels and other channels in education nowadays, Swayam and Swayam Prabha, are also coming in this line, and we can see many television channels who have been engaged in providing quality education through various video materials, various online lectures or video mode, we can say. This is all about, we can recapitulate about the usage of television as a medium of education, which you have already studied in few latest videos. Next, we can discuss about the video as a medium of instruction. Yes, definitely the video has many potentials and limitations also in using as a medium in education. The utilization of video in educational setup is very popular nowadays because it enhances the learning also. Why the video is important and how the video has been used in education and in imparting teaching learning is more important, because the learners nowadays are different and the learning styles are also becoming varying from learner to learner. They just like unlike the traditional learners, they mostly dependent on the ICT, information and communication technologies. For example, you can say that from the very childhood days, the children are techno savvy. They are using mobiles, they are using internet, web, YouTube, Teachers Tube, many platforms, even Google Classrooms, just like that, many virtual platforms they are using, and they are very techno savvy. And with this we can say that along with the regular face to face classroom teaching, if videos can be given as a supplementary to them, definitely that will enhance their learning also. Then we can discuss about the potentials and limitations of video also. The potentials, if we say that it supports education both in the face to face classroom and the distance learning also, because in different environments, for example, in open and distance learning, yes, definitely along with the study materials, along with the other support services, if we can provide them a better video with case studies, with the examples, with the animations, with different techniques, and with the use of multiple media in these videos, those can be made student friendly. And by viewing those videos, definitely the students will have a different feel, different experience, and as per their pace, as per their requirement, they can use those videos to study in a better way. Then it facilitates the synchronous and asynchronous interaction between the teacher and the learner. Definitely the videos which we use in education purpose are helpful both in synchronous and asynchronous way also. Then the videos generally motivate the learners to overcome many psychological problems, because in a classroom situation, a student may or may not be able to put the queries to the teacher, but or he or she may miss certain points, certain experiments during the classroom teaching. But if he or she can use the video as per his or her pace, then definitely there will be scope to revisit, redo the things, and take the notes by own pace, and accordingly they can use those videos in an effective manner for their learning purposes. Then the videos generally provide the high quality education to all the learners irrespective of their location, caste and creed also. Then the videos provide more cost effective education when it is used on a large scale and repeated over a period of time. We can say that the videos are cost effective in a sense. Maybe initially when we go for preparing any kind of videos, then it will involve certain cost and certain experts, certain planning, all these things are required. But once they are prepared and once they are online or once they are in use for the learners, then definitely the cost spent on those videos will be useful for the learners, and only once we have to invest for preparing the video, but later on it will reach to the thousands and millions of students over a period of time. In this way the cost burden comes down. Then we can say that these all are many advantages with the videos. Then we also can discuss about the limitations, but along with those limitations, we can discuss that how those limitations can be turned into the opportunities. One of the limitations and one of the criticism we can find in the existing media or in the existing literature is that the videos cannot provide instant feedback. But yes, the videos may not be providing instant feedback, but as if we include or if we supplement these videos along with the other quadrant approaches which nowadays are famous in Swayam and Swayamprabha or online MOOC courses, then we are following different approaches. We not only provide videos, along with that we provide different kind of activities, along with the materials we provide quiz, we provide other reference materials, we provide some audio tapes also, and along with those we provide videos. In this way they have an opportunity to interact with their teachers or the counselors over the virtual platform. Even nowadays the mobile phones and other email facilities or any other means we can use to give us give the feedback also. Then one of the criticism is that costly and time consuming affair. Yes, as I was already explaining that we have to spend only once, but after that it is not at all a costly affair we can say. And time consuming affair, definitely if we do anything that needs certain amount of time, but once we spend the time, that can be used repeatedly over a period of time until unless the content becomes irrelevant. Yes, definitely after each cycle or academic cycle or over a period of time, definitely we need to add certain updates in the video, then we have to plan it again, but otherwise the videos can be used for the students effectively. Aim at the average learners only. Yes, one of the points or criticisms we can say that it aims at the average learners, but it is not like that. Though nowadays with the different video technologies and by using the latest techniques or latest software, we can even we can say that we can do anything with the videos. We can add descriptive video services for the visually impaired students, and for the hearing impairment students or the students with hearing impairments, definitely the captioning can be added at the bottom of the videos, and similarly the transcription of those videos also can be done for the different kind of learners. As I said, so many learners, so many learning styles. For them we definitely can come up with such kind of videos with many latest techniques which we can incorporate in the videos also. Then the passive technology, this is also one of the criticism we often see. The pedagogical effectiveness can be limited, but it is not a passive technology if we can use this technology in an effective way. Should always be professionally produced with an expert team. This is, yes, definitely in education, when we plan, when we go for a classroom teaching also, we have to prepare a lesson plan, and accordingly the video, yes, if we are preparing any video, definitely we have to take the expert advice and expert team along with the proper animations, with the proper examples and experiments. If any images are needed or if anything have to be shown to the learners for their doing and learning, then definitely these things can be inbuilt along with the graphs and the textual expression of those graphs also for the visually impaired students, we can say that if any picture or any graph is being shown, then definitely a feature may be added in the video that those visuals can be listened by switching on a button which we can include in the video, that those visuals also can be heard by the students with visual impairments as per their requirement. All these facilities are nowadays available, which can be inbuilt into the videos also. Then difficult to revise and update. As I said already, that over a period of time, definitely each and every program needs revision, and so accordingly with the videos also. Over a period of time, definitely if the content is changed, if any updates have come, then we have to redo the videos and update them. In these cases, definitely some cost will be involved, but overall we can say that the cost or the money which we will use to prepare these videos will be utilized once it reaches to the millions of students, we can say. Then the stumbling blocks in effective utilization of educational videos, we can say that what are the stumbling blocks, because many problems may be there. For example, the accessibility and the availability also. One of the problems in developing countries like India is the accessibility of the technologies and the availability of those technologies along we can say the videos also. Then yes, nowadays each and every family must be having the mobile phones at least, and Android technology or Apple technology or any phones you can say, those will be having the minimum software which may be required to run a video. By using these minimum technologies also, we can run and we can see the videos and use for our education purpose. You must have witnessed during the lockdown period in COVID period 2020 that all the children all over the world and all the students must have witnessed the online classes and through virtual platforms, in which the teachers have maximum used the technologies along with the videos and audios through which the students have are learning even till today, which has been found very useful. Even they are learning in mostly we can say that in an effective manner. Accessibility and availability, then attitude of teachers and learners. Definitely we should have a positive attitude among the teachers and even among the learners to use those videos or any educational material in an effective manner. Then the support of the administrators. Yes, definitely the organizational heads and the institutions, the universities, wherever we are talking about the videos, the administrators have to be very cooperative, and they should come forward to support and enhance these kind of technologies to reach to the millions of students. Then viewing facilities. Yes, definitely in educational institutions we have to see even the facilities which are available. One of the thing we can say that maintenance. Nowadays many virtual platforms are also available where we can upload those videos. For example, YouTube, TeachersTube, and many online or virtual platforms are available where maintenance is not a factor nowadays. Then poor integration with the main learning materials. Yes, for this we need more training on the part of teachers and the academics who can use the videos in an effective manner by incorporating them at the appropriate place and with the appropriate examples, and as per their requirement into the course materials also. And yes, definitely the information has to be provided to the students in the study materials and in the classroom teaching process also, which videos have to be seen and what has to be learnt from those videos. These clear cut guidelines and instructions can be provided beforehand to the students. Then training of teachers and producers. Yes, definitely if we are planning for incorporating any video or any audio or such technologies, definitely we need proper training for the teachers as well as the technicians, the producers and other staff also. Enabling policies. If we plan, if we incorporate these videos, as these are the emerging nowadays, for those things definitely we need certain policies also from the government side or the institutional side, we can say. Then we can briefly talk about the advantages of video. Under that we can say that definitely the optimum learning, if we use videos, definitely it will enhance the learning of the learners. Then multiple mode communication, yes, including classroom teaching, the video will have multiple mode of communication, as I already shared with you, that the animations, the graphs, the pictorials, the case studies. For example, if we are talking about the mountains or snowy mountains or something like that, then a teacher may not be able to create the lively picture before the students by only the oral expressions. If we can show them some pictures, or if we can show them through the videos such places and such situations, then there is a great chance that they will understand and they will learn the content in an effective way. Standard content, yes, flexibility is also there. Learning through case studies, as I said. Then another thing among the learners nowadays is seen is the weakness for videos. Many learners like to see the videos and learn from those things. Now the classroom teaching and the open and distance learning or online education is getting momentum. The students, the learners want to study the courses and pursue the courses or gain certain skills at their pace, at their own time and with own pace. For them, yes, definitely there is enough scope for those learners who can access these videos, and we can enhance better learning for those kind of students. Then the videos and the emerging trends. When we talk about the emerging trends, then definitely webcasting, video on web, these are the things which we talk about. Nowadays, as I said, many technologies have come, and day by day there is innovations which are going on world over, and the software which we use today may not be used tomorrow. With that we may include new features which will definitely, because research and development is a process which is inbuilt into the technology field also. With that, the problems and the difficulties which we face today may not be that tomorrow we will face, because with the advantage of with the new innovations and with the new research, definitely new features will come and those problems will be well taken care of. And as I was saying, that webcasting, then video on web, these are the things which nowadays are famous. Under webcasting, we can say that interaction between the expert and the distance learners. In webcasting, if a teacher is taking a class or discussing something, then definitely through webcasting it can be reached to the millions of people at a time, and there can be interaction among the experts and the learners on the other hand also. Then interaction among distance learners, yes, there can be interaction among the learners themselves. Similarly, the interaction between the expert and the classroom learners, then interaction among the classroom based learners also can be ensured, then interaction among the classroom and distance learners also. Then the interaction among, irrespective of their learners learning, the webcast and the presentations also can be ensured. Similarly, on the video on web also you can talk about the YouTube, Teachers Tube and the NPTEL, that is National Program on Technology Enhanced Learning. We can say that, as I was discussing, that nowadays YouTube is becoming more widely accepted platform where many educational institutions have tie-up and they are uploading their videos on the YouTube also. Similarly, the Teachers Tube also is there where many teachers can use the videos, latest technologies, and they can produce more student friendly videos and upload also. And NPTEL is also a platform. Now we can discuss all these things nowadays. Then we can talk about the Swayam and Swayamprabha channel, as I was discussing, that expert setup and specs for use of development of online videos also we can talk about. The kind of cameras, then onliner editing, then card reader compatible to the memory, then vision mixture, then audio mixture, and good quality microphones, active speaker, two ways are required. These are the technologies which will be giving us a better video quality in our educational fields. Similarly, the 4-quadrant approach which we are talking about nowadays in developing MOOCs, massive open online courses, and other courses which are being run on Swayam and Swayamprabha also, is the first quadrant, we can say that is a e-tutorial which shall contain video and audio content in an organized form, okay, and animation, simulation, video demonstration, then virtual labs, along with the transcription of the video, we can say that. Similarly, the presentation techniques are also very important. The production of the program may be done in a manner that the substantial part, that at least 75% of the total duration of each production should use innovative learning techniques with case studies, animations, analogs, individual or graph activities, concept mapping, in-text learning, quizzes, interactive exercises within learning modules, then discussion forum, multimedia techniques, innovative graphics, then live experiments, demonstrations, we can say that role plays, then field documentaries. All these things can be shown, and all these things can be inbuilt into the we can say the video technologies also. Then at last we can say that there are some emerging trends in the use of information and communication technologies which have influenced the way we teach and learn. To expose you to the recent developments in information and communication technologies, definitely we have also discussed the webcasting and video on web in this video. Similarly, at last we can say that nowadays, as the technologies are coming up rapidly, we can think of more useful videos with the incorporation of the latest technologies, and we can ensure the use of such video programs in an effective manner for providing quality education to the learners. Learners, I hope you enjoyed with this video, and for more queries, definitely you can refer to the study material of 518, that is Educational Communication Technologies, and the references which have been provided at the end of the material. With this, thank you once again.